You can check out these videos and more at tomorrowslands.com. All right, Matt and Kim keeping us rocking there off of the first album. That is Good Old Fashioned Nightmare, and this is WRSE 88.7 FM, Elmhurst College Radio, and as promised, we are here live with North of 8. Gentlemen, what is going on?
What's happening?
What's cracking?
No, always, man, always. Now, it's actually really, really cool. I've been wanting to have you guys on for a couple of months now, which is really cool that you guys are on. And Ray, not Ray, well, Ray, we played a show with you and Max in the past.
That's correct, yes, sir.
And I know I played an open mic with a good friend of all of ours, Jeremy Greer, as well as Steve. And Steve, I heard you play some of those songs that you guys have written, but it was only you.
Right.
So I'm looking really, really forward to hearing the whole band, because that was awesome. I mean, just the whole one person thing was excellent.
Thanks, man. Well, that's kind of how the songs start. So.
Right on, man. Well, first off, guys, how long have you guys been north of 8?
Been north of 8.
3 years, 3.5 years now.
Yeah, it's a 3.5.
Right on. Very, very, very awesome. And how did this whole thing kind of get going?
Well, we all met at an open jam that Bobby and I were running in Downers Grove, and just ended up on stage together and just felt really good. It was clicking, and so I got everybody's numbers and email addresses and called them all the next day, I think, and said, hey, what do you guys think about doing a project?
That is really, really awesome. And then, just to go around, we have Steve on vocals and guitar.
Yeah.
We have Bob on bass.
You betcha.
Ray on guitar and backing vocals and lead vocal, or just
backing vocals.
Backing
some
vocals.
Keyboards.
Yep. And then we got Max, who was doing saxophone and just anything.
Anything we throw
Our
on.
utility guy.
Saxophone, flute, organ, keyboards, Rhodes, piano,
Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
djembe, everyone's.
Gotta get you Amanda too.
Yeah.
I need a triangle. This is my next percussion thing.
I think you'll
Yeah.
master that.
Yeah.
And is there someone else who is not here with us, or
Yeah, it's Matt.
Yeah, our
Seneca,
drummer Matt Seneca. He's
with family tonight.
Easter, of course.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Is it?
Exactly.
Is it?
I think so.
Well,
Well,
we're
guys,
not
so
sure
then,
for
what was it like right then, Steve? You guys all played this awesome show, and then you just kind of felt this real groove thing going. When you actually started the project, which would end up becoming North of 8, how did you go about bringing songs in? Did you already have songs written that you kind of felt?
Yeah, I had a lot of material because Bobby and I were in a band in 2006 called Hagen's Root, and our good friend and drummer passed away, and kind of spun us out, and so I kind of took some time off and just did solo stuff and just writing songs and stuff. And so when it finally got comfortable again to be on stage and feel that energy again with other people, I already had like a bunch of material waiting, so everybody was really accepting and gracious of those songs, and I think everybody made them sound really good. So
Right on. So then now when you guys write, do you guys all kind of pitch something in, or is it still kind of you bringing songs to actually that are
that's kind of how that's kind of how it's going so far. Everybody has faith in me, so as long as that keeps up, and as long as they keep coming.
I'd say some of the stuff on the first record, though, to go back for a second, that we actually played with Hagen's Root, and then kind of, because this wasn't exactly the formation that we had originally. So our lineup has kind of changed since we got this new project going.
Right.
So we brought some old Hagen's Root songs back, and they've kind of taken on a newer life since we played them like 7 years ago. So it's really cool.
Right on. Well, I remember reading something recently about Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham of Fleetwood Mac.
Right.
I was not aware that Stevie Nicks wrote a lot of those songs that she's singing. She wrote. I didn't know that.
Yes.
And then
She sequenced Rumors too.
See, I didn't even know that. That's awesome. But I know that she said that she would take these songs to Lindsey, who would then, they're already done, but then he would just add in a bunch of, he would just give it more life. And is that kind of how
Exactly.
North of 8 works?
It's color. Like I'm a songwriter. I'm a singer-songwriter. I do go out and do solo stuff, and so to bring these songs to a band and guys that are as proficient as these are, it's everybody adds their little thing, and it turns into something that we all enjoy playing.
Right. What I think, I could speak for everybody here that we have so much different talent in the band, not just different instrumentation, but everybody comes
Different
from a different
influences,
background and
yeah,
everything like that. So it's pretty darn cool.
Yeah, that is really, really awesome. Do you guys have any songs that was not just started by Steve? Like, have you guys gotten anything that was just something that,
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys
Yeah, we've written stuff as a band.
Steve and I actually went out to Columbus for some work, and when we had some time off, we sat down and There's actually 2 songs that are going to be coming out that were influenced by what our break and
Yeah,
and
just
whatever. So
yeah.
it actually turned out great. We came back and brought it to the guys on the table, and they threw the color in. Basically we just have a canvas, and the other, you don't see guys for 2 or 3 weeks, and then you see them again, and you present them this, and they already know. We don't have to teach them or anything.
Right.
They just come in and they hear exactly what needs to be there.
Right. That is really, really awesome. One thing I also want to ask you guys about is how you guys got your name North of 8 and what that means.
That's Steve.
It's a reference to Northwoods, Wisconsin, where my brother Mike lives, and they were in town, and my brother was in town. My brother lives up there now, so they asked him if he was going to be at the show, and he said, "No, I live where the snow comes from." And I thought that was funny anyway. And then my dad,
North
of course,
Pole.
chimed in,
Yeah,
keeper of all useless information. That's where I get it from. He said, "I think it's called North of 8. I think the reference is North of 8. I was like, North of 8? That's really cool. And there's a highway, an east-west highway in Northwoods, Wisconsin.
Okay.
And that's a reference point for people who live up there. Say, "Oh, you're from Northwoods?" They say, "Okay,
Right.
Are you north of 8?
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Here.
Awesome. So then how many songs and albums would you guys say that you guys have now? Like how many albums you guys have done?
We have one full length out that we released in January of last year, and we actually went in the studio on Thursday and started recording another, what we'll call an EP. There's a lot of material that we want to get out right now, and it's like, not that records are dead, but
Right.
like just get it
Stuff
out,
that
just
fits
get it out. It's
our
like-
evolution as a band right now. It's not. We have enough material for.
I'd say
plenty
like
of-
3 full lengths, but
Yeah.
what we do with that is going to be,
Yeah.
yet to be determined.
Right. Of course.
But right now, it's just giving the people what they want and playing what like the freshest and coolest stuff that we have right now. And and we've got a few songs that definitely fit the bill that we're starting to work on.
How have you guys found that your songs have been changing, or I should say progressing, since you guys first started? And since you guys put out that first full-length album last
Well,
January.
that's pretty easy to answer. It's basically just time with each other. When the first album came out, it was like, well, Bobby and Steve been working together for so long, so they've already learned how to work with each other. And then we brought in me and then Matt and Max, and it was just about us basically not so much practicing, but just spending the time together and recording that first album and listening to our fans and their feedback, and that just gave us pretty much where we're at right now.
Well, the progression happens too when
It's
the fact that
automatic.
some of the songs on that first record are Fire Sky, which I think we're gonna play later. Is like almost 10 years old now.
It's before I met Steve.
So I wrote that when I was living in Australia. So
Wow, man. Yeah.
then I've been playing that solo so long, and then you get together with a bunch of guys, and it comes out as a great song that way. You're like, well, yeah, put it on the record, why not?
Right.
So that first record was a lot of those songs, like I was saying before, that were just me and just me and just me playing them, and then so like that first record is kind of like they used to refer to it as Steve's solo record. And I'm like,
No.
but so now this stuff that we're writing now, and that's going to be on this, even that we laid down 6 tracks the other night, are more band written. They, like you were saying,
Right.
Yeah, it's a compilation of all
Yeah,
our
definitely.
influences and
Right on.
our ideas.
And that generally happens at just band practice, or just
No, it was just that, or even shows. I mean, we
Yeah.
consider shows, a learning experience, and even sitting.
Whether it's a
around
good or
talking,
bad thing,
or
whatever.
good or right. I mean, positive or negative. It's we try to turn it into something positive always. And
right.
Well, Ray came in with a riff,
Yeah, it's just
And,
sometimes it's just one little riff
and that,
like that.
turned into In the Midnight, which is going to be on something real soon that we do. So
Yeah.
I mean, just-
Cohesively, it's become less, just about a complete song being brought in by Steve, and more just could be a simple chord or riff progression, or like now we can do something with that.
Right. So then, and something that you guys do a lot is, I know Max was telling me a couple weeks back. You guys go out on the road a good amount. Right? I mean, at least you guys have gone some pretty good places. You guys played a show in. And actually, I should have checked my facts first. But it was when you got your keyboard stolen. Not to bring that up, but where was that? Was that?
Oh no, that was a different thing. That was just a gig that I sat in at on New Year's and turned into a big mess. But I mean,
that's a Max Road story.
yeah, I'm all over the place.
He's going to be putting out a memoir.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
gonna be writing a book.
No, you actually have a plan to go up north of 8. North of 8's going north of 8 this summer.
Oh, clever.
we're gonna go up there and hang out and fish and ride 4-wheelers and record.
And you said they're also gonna be making a documentary, right?
Yeah, we're gonna be filming it and hopefully for a documentary release.
That'll be awesome, man. That'll be awesome.
Not that we're that interesting, but
No, man, people just don't even know yet. Trust me,
Exactly.
you're gonna be watching and be like, I'm an interesting guy, my dear God.
or the other hope.
Oh Jesus.
Well, you know, you guys were telling me outside about some crazy thing that happened on a bus. And Steve, you said that the buses got pretty crazy, but you're never there.
Yeah, we're never there because, of course, you know, being the band, especially the last bus that we did that got that way was going to the first show that we opened for Rusted Root, which is actually funny because that leads into the fact that we're opening for Rusted Root again.
Good memory.
And so we get a bus to go from the suburbs to DeKalb, and it's a ride, and there's beers on the bus and stuff. So
Well, most of the stories we can't even probably
Yeah,
shouldn't
that's
tell.
about-
Yeah.
that's like a Vegas thing. What happens on the bus stays on the
Right.
bus.
Exactly.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
Well, you got to be on the bus if you want to find
But
out.
if you want to be on the bus, we got one leaving from Downers Grove, 420, April 20th.
Yeah, right. April 20th. Yes. Yeah. So then one thing about the road and all is just you know, I mean, you know, even just in, you know, being in like past bands, you know, I mean, you know, what is it like? Because I've never gone on tour or done anything like that, and something that I know is that a lot of people, you know, a lot of bands want to do it. They don't know how crazy it can be.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's pretty crazy.
And not just like, I mean, not just parties, even though that's there too. It's just a lot of work and a lot of constantly, you know, having to be able to play a show and then go and just crash and just sleep it off because you got to be up early, you know, and it's really hard to because you're so amped up.
There is no sleep on the road.
Yeah.
I was helping out another band here in Chicago. I also work with some other bands, and I was doing the Pigface tour, United tour, a few years back, and all I was doing was taking packets to different cities.
Mhm.
And when I would get there, you know, and they would need extra help with everything, and I can just tell these guys were just worn out. And I told myself, I said, you know, if I ever were to go on the road, I wouldn't be on a bus like that with a bunch of other people. I would probably need my own
Right.
privacy and whatever. I mean, it's difficult, especially
luck
when you
with that.
spend so much time with the same guys. You know,
Oh yeah.
so
I'll bet.
someone's bound to, you know, get irritated and,
Yeah.
you know, little things like that. And a lot of times that's what breaks bands up.
Mhm.
So we really got to be careful with that. You know, like I said, we spend a lot of time together, but when you're on the road, it's
Yeah.
family, and families fight.
Yeah.
And that's basically if you can overcome that, then the concerts and the shows and the promotions and whatever you're doing is pretty much just comes naturally.
And how do you guys balance the family on the road with the family back
Well,
home?
I actually have big responsibility with my family. My dad is ailing. I have a little girl. I have a job that requires me to be on the road as well. So juggling that's kind of difficult. We actually have some other musicians that are going to come in and either fill in or help out just so the North of 8 band can continue on regardless of any obstacle that's thrown at us. So
Right on.
running like a business pretty much.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that's how you got to do
Show
it.
must go on.
Always. Now you guys also cover Pink Floyd.
Yes.
Yeah, we do that. We started that as our Halloween show last year. We were thinking about what we were going to do for something fun
Let's
for
do
our home,
Halloween
our kind of home
Yeah, it's
bar.
been a couple of years now. Right?
And so Bobby was sitting there thinking, and he said, "Wizard of Oz," and that triggered me to go, "What if we did the whole Dark Side of the Moon album dressed as Wizard of Oz characters?"
Yeah.
So that's what we did.
That's bizarre, man.
That led to then getting asked to
Maple.
play
A Taste of Westmont.
Taste of Westmont.
Which was a hit, man. Yeah.
As
that
Pink
was huge.
Floyd, which is funny because we're an original band.
Mhm.
Like we do that because Ray is a huge Floyd fan. I'm a huge Floyd fan, and Bobby's a huge Floyd fan, and Max plays saxophone
And keys.
Somebody
And
plays
some keys.
saxophone.
and keys. You know, so
Yeah, the
Like-
math is there.
why not? Why not do it? It's fun for us, and
Right.
it unfortunately we had to take some time off of original stuff to do
Mhm.
that,
Yeah.
which is kind of. But then you just come back renewed and refreshed.
Absolutely.
And,
Yeah. Now, we're gonna have you guys play a couple of songs after the break,
Awesome.
which is not coming up yet, but it is coming. But what I was gonna ask is, what kind of a band would you guys say that you are? Like, is there a
we're a rock band.
consistent message that you guys try to put out, even if not, of course, not the same one, but do all your lyrics kind of talk about, you know, a certain thing? Is
Trials
you
and
know,
tribulations.
I heard
Yeah.
somebody
Going
say love and loss, but always with a positive ending.
mhm. Right
Which
on.
is
Yeah.
hopefully how everybody's life goes, you know.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, we're a rock,
Rock
band.
band.
man.
Rock band, yeah.
We rock hard. We rock
We're not a pop rock band. We're not a whatever. We're a rock
I
band.
mean, the music's
We're
it's
a
not
rock.
complex. It's very very rock orientated.
Everything that we have, like it's talking about influence and ability-wise, gets funneled into just rock and roll.
And actually, who is that? Who are some of the people that you guys really, really dig as far as other artists, whether they're super famous or not? Who are some of those people that you guys?
Well, you
really
just-
dig?
Just talking about rock and roll or
rock,
anything?
anything.
Oh man, everybody from the Faces to the Stones.
I
To
love
the,
everything pretty much.
Dave
I'm
Matthews
actually a huge
Band.
Deadhead myself, so Dave
I love Cat
Matthews,
Stevens and Ray LaMontagne and
Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, I mean it's such a broad. I think that's why we end up. I mean, all the songs don't sound the same.
Right.
And some people have said that, like, wow, I wouldn't even be able to tell it's the same band.
Mhm.
What keeps it sounding like the same band is the fact that it's us.
Right.
But yeah, they're not all the same song.
Mhm.
It's I don't write like that. So
Mhm.
like whenever we bring together and put stuff together, it ends up being. It's fun. It's fun for us because then we're like, wow, okay, well we got a song that sounds like that now.
Makes it difficult to make an album though, because it's picking out which songs.
And that's
I
why
sure-
we're doing. That's
yeah.
why we're kind of doing an EP right now and,
Yeah.
and just trying to get some
We
tunes
need
out
the
to
fans
people.
to tell
'cause,
us.
And actually, that's funny that you said that, Ray, because I was going to ask, when you guys put out albums and you guys actually want to put out albums, and maybe that's why you guys don't want to put out full-length albums, but do you want those albums to have kind of a consistent tone?
Well, yeah, we want to have a
That would
theme
be,
at least. Basically,
well produced.
like I said, we're huge Floyd fans. And certain songs in some of those Floyd albums don't belong on there.
Right.
And it's we don't want that to happen as much, I guess. But at the
Yeah.
same time, for us, like Steve said, it's fun.
Mhm.
And if the fans like it, it's not about us. Really.
It's new. It keeps it fresh. It's
Yeah, it
new to
does,
us
yeah.
all the time. We're like, wow, that's cool. And then that whole like Max's jazz background and Ray's blues background and Bobby's funk background and my just being a sponge of pop culture for the last 25 years
Mhm.
throws that in. And then you go, okay, well, wow, that came out sounding like that, and then this one came out sounding like this. Because there's
Right.
a lot of different styles going on. A lot of different styles.
Yeah, something that I always thought was that, was kind of cool. Whenever bands do kind of, like they release this album, 12 whatever tracks. Yeah, there are a couple on there that are just, they don't fit. But there is a band, the Avett Brothers, who.
Oh, I love the
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah,
huge
huge fan
huge
too, yeah.
huge fan. I love them, man.
Good songwriter.
Actually, oh yeah, man, excellent. Their old albums were kind of like that. Their most recent ones, now that they're working with Rick Rubin, they're more like they're more all the songs kind of fit. In the past, they said that, and something that I actually really kind of dug was that this is back when they were putting out albums that were like 21 tracks long, and they said that they just wanted to capture the time period, writing
that's-
from this time to this time and all the different feelings that they had that put out all these different songs.
That's kind of what we were talking about before, because we had this group of songs. We really just wanted to make an album, and now it's definitely become more of a focused goal, like the Avett Brothers.
Right.
More a focused end game, right?
I'd say that there's a couple tracks on the first record that shouldn't be on there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hindsight's 2020, man.
Hey, but it's fun. It's fun, man.
yeah.
It's
It is,
fun.
yeah.
We just try to have a good time and hope people enjoy themselves and like the music and come on the bus. And
Yeah, which you guys are doing. I mean, as you guys already know, just always do it for yourselves, obviously, and people will feed off of that.
honesty.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. I'm gonna ask this next question because Max wanted me to. If you guys were an animal, what kind of animal would you be? And actually, let's start with Max.
Yeah, let's start with Max.
Let's hear it, buddy.
Good feed.
It was a joke that I'm ripping off of another radio interviewer.
Just answer the question, Max.
But I would have to be something that traveled very quickly, like a fast fish or maybe even a dolphin.
So we're
I
going
love
with fish.
swimming.
We're going with mammals now.
But at the same time, the feeling of being in flight trumps everything.
What about a fly
I just
across
want
the
it to
world?
be
Flying to the marsupial. There you
Oh
go.
yeah.
Like the one that just
Yeah.
popped out of the garbage can outside?
Yes.
That was crazy.
I don't think that was secret though.
Squirrels are just kind of like creep me out sometimes. They seem to follow me around.
Okay.
So I'd say more like a hawk or a bald eagle or something.
Sweet.
Someone
It's cool.
someone who can chill and watch things as they happen and be able to quickly and fastly get to their destination,
Right.
secure what they need.
And what's awesome is that Max is so serious while he's saying it too. He's like,
Just say an animal, dude.
All right, Ray, man, what do you think?
I don't know if I could. Well, for me it changes. It depends on how my soul is feeling, I guess, at the time. Right now it's survival of the fittest, so I'd have to say a wolf right now.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe tomorrow will change.
Yeah. You never know.
He's a loner.
And a loner. Yeah.
lone wolf,
That's right.
yeah.
Lone wolf.
All right, does it have to be like an animal that exists in nature now?
No.
All right, Velociraptor.
Philosophy. Yes,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Enough said.
Alright.
You
Enough
know
said.
it.
Yeah.
Did I steal your answer?
I'd be a water bear.
Nice. Nice. I
I
can
don't
actually
even know
see
what that
all
is.
These, all these too. Like they all actually work.
Do you know what a water bear is?
Those, like,
No,
really
but I
small.
just picture
It's
a bear.
a
in
plankton,
water.
right?
Yeah.
It's a microscopic organism
Oh, never mind. That was a
like
bear.
that
in
can
water.
survive the vacuum of space.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty sweet, though.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a nuclear.
You
Yeah.
gonna live forever?
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Oh,
It
man.
sheds 75% of its body weight, which is water, and then as
Sweet.
soon as it gets by moisture again, it soaks it up, and it's like.
So we're learning something today. Too.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna
I guess
drink
so.
you out of the ocean. How about
Yep.
So then we got a water bear, we got
Yeah.
a velociraptor, we got the lone wolf, and we got the bald eagle, or anything that can.
that? Wait,
get
what would
thrown
Matt be?
together.
That he's not here. Let's make up an animal for him.
He's like a puppy.
He's
A puppy, a perpetual baby dog. No.
I hope he's listening.
We love you, man.
Right on, guys. Well, I got 2 more questions for you. One is, after doing what you guys have been doing for the last 3.5 years, you know, things are going really, really well for you. Where would you like to be in another year? Or is that something you guys don't even try to think about?
No,
do.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's all about a plan. It's all. Uh-oh.
Can we get that?
I think we actually could. Yeah, let's see.
We have a caller for real?
Oh.
It's a caller.
Is it for real?
Okay. WRSE. Really? Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let's see if you can hear us. Hello? Is he on? Phone man? Is he on? I gotta do something here, don't I?
Your speaker under?
No, he's on the.
What is it?
It's your drummer.
Guess.
Is it really?
Is it?
I was-
all right.
I thought I was gonna be stuck in
You
traffic
really
coming
didn't
from
like
Peoria. I was gonna have to call in if I got like a ticket and got pulled over.
You must have really not liked that response.
You didn't. It's
like, I don't wanna be a
Can you,
puppy.
can you hear us, Matt? Matt?
We don't have Matt in our
What's up?
cans right
We
now.
lost him.
Man, turn your radio
down.
down.
Why don't you just hold them
I
up?
always wanted to say that.
Matt, you on? Matt? Alright, hold on. Matt?
Hey.
Hey.
What's up?
Right on. Well, we can hear you.
Sorry, no.
Sorry,
Steve
man.
said it.
No, it was
No,
me.
no, it was Ray.
I'm sorry, buddy. I
What
was,
would you- what
I was
would you
hoping
be,
you were
Matt?
listening.
A liger.
Ah,
I
good
can see
call.
that.
Good call.
It apparently doesn't have to have ever existed.
It's true.
Liger Cub.
Right on.
Right on.
Well, then, actually, then, Matt, maybe you can join in on this, too, then. Where would you guys like to be in another year?
On the road.
Absolutely. Right on, Matt. Right on, man. Hopefully you're having a very happy Easter, dude.
Oh, yeah, I am. Yes, I am. Sorry I couldn't be there, guys.
No, that's right, man. Next time, definitely, though. Well, hey, man, thank you for calling in. Then also, then, gents, actually really, really quick, then you might as well stay here for the end then, dude. I think that's actually, yeah, where can people reach you guys at, and check out your songs? North8.com.
That's EIGHT.
Exactly. We're on Facebook also, so facebook.com/North8 and Reverb Nation /North8. And you can check us out there and send us a line, comment, do whatever you want, post videos, pictures, anything would be much appreciated. And yeah, be sure to check us out also April 20th at Home Bar in Arlington Heights. Like you guys said, we're opening up for
For ourselves.
Sweet deal.
the way you can get to us.
Right on. Matt, dude, you're one of the first people I think that I've actually talked to this song on the air, man. This is awesome. Excellent.
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah. Thanks for taking the call.
Of course, man, always. Well, then, gentlemen, thank you guys very, very much for being on then. And you guys will be back to play live in just a couple minutes. And actually, Matt's going to stay on the line, and you're going to put your phone next to your drum set, man, or?
I was gonna ask that.
Right on then. Right on then, guys. Well, thank you guys very, very much for being on, and we'll be back with you guys in just a couple minutes then, all right?
Thank
All right, guys, that is North of 8. You guys can check them out at northof8.com. Spell out 8. Again, that's northof8.com. And also check them out on Facebook, as well as Reverb Nation. We'll be right back after this on WRSE. All right. Sweet.
That went awesome.
Yeah, that was actually, that was a lot of fun, man. That's
Yeah,
so
it was fun.
that's so cool that he actually